Hello everyone, Voodoo here. So we're here today with the patch notes. Sorry this is so late. I was staying up yesterday to try and do them. They posted them at roughly like 10 o'clock Eastern, and at that point I had to go to sleep for work, and I just wouldn't have gotten the thing done in time. So we're home from work now on the Wednesday. This should be up like right after, and we're just going over the patch notes. Unfortunately, yeah, so that's just the video today. I will be live tonight doing beta stuff, maybe, I don't really know, but just follow my Twitch. And there is also one more thing. That last thing is G Fuel. Now, G Fuel is a sponsor of the channel, and they are doing a buy one get one free sale until roughly Friday. So this is for their red, white, and G Fuel sale. So if you want to get some G Fuel, you'll get a tub free whenever you order another one, which is a great deal, basically doubling your value. And you also help to support me. So go check them out. They have a ton of flavors. They also have hydration formula stuff, a bunch of other things to help you when you're raiding at the gym or just want a little pick me up. They're a supporter of the channel. They're the very first one, so go check them out. Use my link in the description or code Voodoo, and remember the buy one get one free sale is on until Friday. So with that, back to the video. Anyways, yeah, thank you for that, corporate Voodoo. So here we are with the patch notes. Don't be amazed, anyone here who is a Havoc viewer. This video is not for you, unfortunately, because there's no Havoc changes. I'm not going to swear because we're still in the first minute, I think, but it's ridiculous. I'm gonna scroll down. There's been a bunch of like Death Knight tuning. Unholy's been absolutely ridiculously busted. This should bring it down a bit. Still pretty strong. Lots of Send Land tuning, a little bit of Ride of the Apocalypse tuning. Frost got buffs, which is cool. Unholy nerfs across the board. And hey, wait a second. What comes after Death Knight but before Druid? D-E-M-O-N. Demon. There is some slight Demon Hunter changes, which have been like data mined and hot fixed. Basically this vengeance stuff. This isn't actually real tuning. Basically what this is they went through and undid the aura here, so they put it down to 0 and just buffed everything else. What that does mean for Havoc though is they did end up buffing Fell Devastation by 4%, which does end up buffing Collective Anguish by 4% for Havoc. For those who don't know, Havoc uses the Vengeance Fell Devastation for Collective Anguish. They shouldn't, but they have been. Which means anytime that Vengeance's Fell Dev is buffed or nerfed or affected in any way, it also affects that talent. So we have a 4% buff for that. For Vengeance, it remains the same because all they did was go in and change the aura. They just set it to 0 and buffed everything up baseline. But for Havoc, that is a small buff to a talent we don't really take. We'll take it with Felskard. Felskard is still like kilometers, miles, countries behind of Eldrazi, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, then we're going to stuff I don't really care about. So other stuff that's cool here that matters. Survival. Mongoose Fury was reverted, Flanking Strike was reverted, and they had a change to Bloody Claws. This is pretty good stuff. So Mongoose Fury is basically the stacking up of Mongoose Bite, which they removed last build. It kind of sucked when they removed it. Took a lot of the unique stuff away from the spec itself, but that's back. Flanking Strike has been reverted, no longer overrides Kill Command, is now just an extra button, which is much better. Flanking Strike worked very well as a button, how it was before. And then compensate Bloody Claws, which is a talent that increased your chance to reset Kill Command per stack of Mongoose Fury, now also causes Kill Command to extend the duration by 1.5 seconds. I think this works pretty well. This will let you kind of not be felt pulling into separate directions with your Kill Command windows and with your Mongoose Bite windows. Now the thing with that is that generally speaking, playing around Mongoose Bite is kind of a trap. You just want to play around your Fury anyways, and proper Fury spending leads to proper Mongoose Bite windows. But this does mean you get some extension, which is pretty good. But like there's not really a ton of other stuff here. Just some slight changes to their flash tree, but you know, overall, nothing too crazy. The other big piece of news today, well, they removed Red Aura, I guess, from Paladins, which is fine. I don't really think anyone really cared about Red Aura. Small tuning changes. The big one was the Shaman Rework. And I say Shaman Rework. What I mean by that is the Shaman Clash Tree, Elemental Spec Tree, and Restoration Spec Tree. Enhancement Shaman got basically nothing. So for everyone who voted on the Enhancement Shaman Spec Tree video, I guess you cursed them. Whatever. We'll have a deep dive video Friday onto everything Enhancement Shaman on the beta. But for now, I do want to talk about Sky Fury. So they're getting a buff, which is really interesting. So Shamans are finally getting a raid buff. Basically what it is that it's 2% mastery and the Wind Fury totem effect to your entire raid or party if you're in like a party. if you're like in like a smaller group content. Now, mastery scales differently for every single class in the game, so I'm not sure how they're doing mastery. It could be 2% mastery rating, it could be just whatever gives your spec 2% mastery, but that would fluctuate like a lot for each spec. Like some specs like Shadow Priest require a lot of mastery rating, which is what you get from stats, to convert to percentage, because their mastery is meant to be like a lower thing. Same with like Fire Mage and I think Bear as well. Some specs really don't need a ton, like Mistweaver I think is the lowest in the game. Havoc converts pretty easily. I think Unholy Death Knight converts pretty easily. So 2% changes a lot depending on which class it is. So I think this is going to be mastery rating, but it's going to be interesting how they do that. We'll see. But basically you get mastery and you get auto attacks and power, which is pretty good. So shamans are always going to have a rate spot. Probably going to be elemental or resto is my bet. Historically, like you can look at survival hunter, you can look at feral druid. Specs that have ranged options is always better because it's harder to stack melee, unless tuning is very favorable for the melee. On top of that, you have a healer. We'll see about the healer, but healer shamans, resto shamans bring buffed up Spirit Link Totem now, and they also bring the health buff they just give. So I think restoration shamans are really powerful right now, but we'll see. So basically, I don't want to go through all these things, but they've added a bunch of new talents to the the class tree, which is really good. Their class tree was really bloated. Really kind of weird in how you took things. You have a lot of options now, a lot of points, and a lot more utility, which is great. They removed a lot of the kind of the weird stuff. They've also put some nodes just into enhancement baseline, which we can look at in a second, and then they did some tuning for hero talents for resto. We're not gonna go over the elemental stuff. Maybe if people want to see that in the video, like how I did survival or how I'm going to do enhancement. The enhancement changes are pretty minor. So Maelstrom weapon is baseline, which is fine. I mean, you always learned it at level 10 because you got it for free as an enhancement shaman. So that just kind of did nothing, which is fine. It just frees a spot up on the tree. Feral lunge is baseline, which is great. This is the gap closer for enhancement that they never really got to use because it costs a talent point. So you get it at 14 now. Pretty good stuff there. Flurry has been moved from the class tree to the enhancement tree. This sucks. Basically, they removed Wind Fury Totem and just kind of replaced it with Flurry, which is a node you kind of want. So they didn't fix any of the problems. They've nerfed Elemental Blast by 25% because of the tier set. They removed Focused Insight, Refreshing Waters, and Wind Fury Totem, which are pretty inconsequential. So if we take a look over... Oh, 1 second. I have the stuff open on another window here. So take a look over at the tree. If I can just scroll up here. This is basically the current tree. This is the Storm build and the Elementalist build, so the 2 builds for enhancement. This is kind of the current class tree. You can see there's like a lot of gaps, and honestly the pathing kind of sucks. There's a lot of 2-point nodes like Nature's Fury, Winds of Valakir, Nature's Guardian, Elemental Warding. All 2-point nodes. Kind of a problem with enhancement is that they have just so many 2-point nodes. But if we look at the new one, I just kind of filled this out. We can see here there's like a ton of just like open points in this tree now. There's not really any 2-pointers. You can kind of just like fill out whatever you want. I'll just like unclick stuff and then hopefully reset the tree here. We can just kind of unclick everything. Boop, boop. Yeah, so way more open. So the new talent Flurry is here. They've swapped Tempest Strikes, which was down here before, with where Wind Fury Totem used to be, and put Flurry where this was. So that sucks that it's not here anymore because spec tree points are much more valuable than class tree points, but you have a lot more options here. You get your movement speed stuff really easily. You get all your survivability, you get your throughput, you get your interrupt, survivability, and you have like a ton of points. You can grab your mobility with whatever Spirit Wolf or whatever. You can grab Spirit Walk, and then you're in the second point, you know, Lava Burst, Fire and Ice, this damage reduction, damage, Wind Fury, Wind Rush Totem, why not? And it's like, okay, grab Healing Stream, I guess, Resistance, this, you can come around in here, grab this, and you just have so many points. Like, the options to really build out what you want are really large. Like, I'm just kind of clicking buttons here, and I still have 1 more point to spend after kind of grabbing things that I don't even know if you really need, right? Like Totemic Recall, Stone Bulwark Totem, which is a new like defensive. So the class tree I'm pretty happy with. I think this stuff is pretty cool. The spec tree there are problems with, and we'll touch on that in our video over the weekend. But in reality, that's like kind of it. There's nothing else that really happened. Havoc is still being left to the wolves, which I was going to complain about, but like honestly, I just don't have the I don't really have the energy to do it. Like, I've complained so many times about Havoc now. We just don't. We're just, I don't know. We're a complete radio silence. We're tuned very well, but in terms of like playstyle, it's very bad. But yeah, so next video is going to be an Enhancement Shaman kind of deep dive video. Expect that Saturday. Friday is my birthday, so I'll be streaming Friday. So I will have to delay the video a bit because I'm just going to be busy. But yeah, I don't know. Havoc's in a bad spot. Survival Hunter seems like a great spot. Enhancement, seems like a mid spot. So those are the 3 specs we're covering right now, and kind of sucks to be them, I guess. Except for Survival. Survival's big stocks, but I don't know. That's just a quick little note coverage. Hope you guys enjoyed. Streaming tonight. See you guys later. Peace. Also, code Voodoo and follow the link in the description for G Fuel. A big thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you, Sky Elk, Andrew Keenel, 100,001 Zans, Brad Wisniak, Belfa Darren Dark Terror, and Magic Man 133. Thank you all so much. If you want to help support me and help fund the channels and the videos, follow the link in the description to become a channel member and get some cool perks in the process. Again, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.